So it's been a minute, hasn't it? Another frame got another rework, and funnily enough, this is a frame I enjoyed playing well beforehand. So what happened? Well, his rework affected a good amount of his abilities. It affected his 2, 4, 3, 1, and his passive. Now, his old passive was pointless for the longest time. His old passive, it was designed to increase the survivability of your companions, and that was useless to start with, but it really got useless whenever all companions got reworked in 2024. Now, his new one is, well, very, very useful. When you pick up a health orb or a universal orb, you'll generate a righteous negation charge. And righteous negation charge is for him and his allies in affinity range, and what it does is make you immune to damage for that instance. So as you see right there, I have 2 of them. If I pick up another one, I'll have 3 of them. And at max charges, that's 3 invulnerabilities for 3 instances, and these can repeat as long as you have either Equilibrium on or a purple Archon shard. What else got changed? Well, his smite is now a lot better now. As you see, that happens. It's no longer that janky, it'll go find a target and hope it hits somebody type attack. It now will literally just hit the enemy you're looking at and then slam down around them like that. It's very nice. It's a very good change. So, it will fully strip their overguard armor. It will deal 35% of the target's current health and shields in an instant, and it's capped at 75%, sadly. It doesn't bypass shields, sadly. I wish it did, but it can do this. I see it doesn't break it immediately until the bubble's gone, but right there, I completely stripped his overguard away. What else? If it's casted in a crowd, Exos units that hit by the AoE circle, they're prioritized as a target, so it will also hit them mainly and destroy their overguard and their armor. It's really good. I love that part about it. I see I've been using Hollow Ground. Hollow Ground didn't really get that much of a change, but it is a good change. I'll cover more of his abilities whenever we can see them in a more controlled area in the Simulacrum, but I still want to test this against a Acolyte, so see you when one spawns. Alright, so an Acolyte is spawning in. Let's see who we get. Okay, so we got Torment. I don't remember if Torment turns off my abilities or not. Hopefully she doesn't. So, here we go. If we target her, that is not her move. Target her. It has completely armor stripped her, which is a amazing thing to see out of an ability. And then you can just, well, keep doing the spam if you wanted to, but obviously that's not the point. You're supposed to use the one as a way to armor strip, and then just use your weapons to murder. And I saw it worked just like it said it would. And as I saw there, I attacked the Exos unit. It took it as priority because I did shoot beside it, not on it. Like here, I'll target you, and it targeted the Exos unit because you see its armor was removed and most of its overguard, which is good. That means it does function like it says it should. Now that was too far. There we go. See, I didn't look at the Exos like I just said. It instead hit him when even though I was looking at the crewman beside him, which is nice. Now I do have my complaints, and I will address those when we go and do the control test, which I will do right now. So I will see y'all in the Simulacrum, despite not being max level because I did put a formal on him, but it shouldn't matter too much because, well, you can level him up and see for yourselves. So I'll see y'all there. All right, now that we're back in the Simulacrum, I can make more of my talk about the changes. We've already covered how the smite works. Now when it comes to his hollow ground, it's now a full circle instead of an arc, which improves its area coverage, which is very good and necessary. As you see now, if I jump up, it's now a circle around us instead of what it used to be, which was just literally an arc or a square, which sucked. It also helps more with ability range, which is good. Makes the arc bigger. The size increase also maxed out the number of hollow grounds. You used to be able to have 4, now it's just 3 out at one point, so now you can just have 3 of these. See, because if I do another one, it will replace the original right there. Nullifier bubbles won't destroy it anymore. It will just, in that section, stop affecting them. It also now guarantees a radiation status effect, where it previously was only at a 15% chance. It's now a guarantee. So if I come over here and everybody already got hit with a radiation proc, like immediately. It removed the armor stripping from enemies. Sadly, it was nice. But it was specifically when Reckoning was tied to it. And outside of that, the augment is now like from 100 to 200% on its like increase in duration. So if you look at the duration increase of his augment, where is it? There it is. Hallowed Eruption, this was 100, now it's 200. But I still have my gripes with all these. Overall, the nullified, not nullified, the hollow ground change is good. Renewal changes. Now, renewal is, I was going to read my little bullet points I made about this, but I'd rather just talk about it here. The drain a second is now a lot better. It's no longer a massive amount. It's now always going to stay low. It's not per range. It's just when they're in your range. It's when they start getting affected. The initial heal is 333.75 for me, but base it is 125. The overall health a second is good, 106.8. You get 100% armor as well with my build. Your allies bonus armor is 2 times, and the bleed out slow is now 69.75. It's fine. I think that part of it is kind of not necessary, but it is a good change. Now, the big one is his 4. Reckoning now only targets enemies in your line of sight. It's no longer just everywhere, which is upsetting, but we'll get over it. The bonus damage to enemies with radiation stacks, so it was previously a flat 625 per stack. Now it's 750 per stack base, and that will keep going up, because if you see here, or 650 base. Strength does change the bonus. You'll receive 10 armor a target, minus 21 per target. Armor per radiation stats will be 11. I think it's less than that on normal. Yeah, it's 4. So it's 8 and 4 normal. It's 21 and 11 with 267 strength. Health or drop is a 45% chance. The duration is increased, but the armor buff cap is staying at 1,000 no matter what. And it is affected by using Hollowed Reckoning. You do still get the bonuses out of this, but I have gripes with all of those as well. What are those gripes? Since I also want to showcase the build properly. All of these augments should have gotten an update. Every single one. Some of them are good, but they still needed some help. Like Smite and Fusion, maybe change this, maybe keep it, but add a new one for Smite. Make it be like a chainable reaction where if there's radiation status, it will keep hitting and hitting and hitting around the enemies until it hits an enemy with no radiation. Hollowed Reckoning, make it be more, maybe keep the range, but increase the radius and damage. Phoenix Renewal, I think this is fine. I could use some changes, obviously, but taking fatal damage while under the effects heals you instead is very good. Hollowed Eruption. Maybe get rid of the whole explosion effect of it and change it to where it increases duration and range and applies a faster tick. But let's cover the build now so we get a more in-depth reasoning as to why I have these mods on. Now, as I said, why do I have these on? Well, obviously growing power is pretty obvious. On a status effect with your weapon, you'll gain 25% more ability strength. That's amazing. We love that. Prime continuity, more duration on all your abilities is always very good. We have Streamline for ability efficiency because we have Blind Rage. Why do we have that? Well, these abilities do get expensive. We have Umbral Intensify. Umbral Intensify is for the additional ability strength, but if you wanted to, you could run, what is it called? Precision Intensify for his 4 if you really like using Reckoning. And once again, these numbers would be higher. I forgot that I'm re-ranking him up, so I don't have these at max. So the numbers I had said a bit ago are the correct numbers. These would be at like 10, 11, stuff like that. Other things you could run, any other like strength mods you like, you can run Transient Fortitude if you want. I like these two. We have Adaptation, obviously, so we take less damage. He's getting free armor out of his 3. You get more armor out of your 4. Why not run it, right? Prime Flow for more energy and Stretch for more range. If anything, I debated taking out Blind Rage for Transient Fortitude, but then my duration be really low, so I have Multi-Augment and Arcane Energize, but pick what you like, obviously. But what does this build do in a controlled setting? Let's go see how this rework really affects the enemies. So let's go look at those level 200 Scaldra I always spawn. Alright, so here we have some level 200 Scaldra. I see I picked up an orb and have my shields on. So whenever I look at the Scaldra Decadent right here, if I hit him with my 1, as you'll see, his entire, holy shit, his entire thing of Overguard was removed, and my 1 also killed the surrounding enemies because it took into account his health stat, his shield stat, and all that when dealing damage around him and near him. I think that is amazing that is a good change. That's why it scales better with higher the level the enemies get. Now what about his 2? As we said, it is now a force guaranteed radiation proc, so since you are always making 3 of these, you'll be getting 10 radiation always. His 3 renewal is affected by affinity range, as it was said. So if they're in your affinity range, they'll be getting that armor, that health, that all that. And as you see, it's right here. There's your Iron Renewal armor, which is very good to see. At least it's a visual. And there's your increase in health regen and not armor. And that's because you're standing in hollow ground. You hop out of it, goes back to 108. Now, what about his 4? His 4 is line of sight. Picks up the enemies you see and then slams them. If I pause, you'll see that I have where to go. There it is. My Hollowed Reckoning. Not Hollowed Reckoning? What? My Reckoning increased my armor because I hit so many enemies and stuff like that. But let's head back to the back room so I can give my final thoughts on the changes that he has acquired in his rework. So I'll see y'all there. Overall, what do I think of his rework? His rework gave my favorite frame a very good change. This change allows him to be usable again because originally he was not a good pick ever. His abilities were janky. His original smite was that weird ball blast that you hit one enemy on and it just jolt around the map, hoping it hit somebody. Hollowed Ground still feels a little lackluster, but it's nice to have because it is a utility tool. Renewal is amazing. They've made it a really good support tool, really good healing, gives armor as well now, and his 4 gives armor on top of health drops guaranteed instead of on kill, which is great. Obviously, his numbers would be higher if I was maxed out, but like I said, I formatted him, and I really should have maxed him out, but I forgot to. But his changes are good, really powerful, made him worth using again, and a good pickup. So make sure you guys go ahead and get Oberon Prime, Oberon, whichever one you prefer, because getting the new one isn't as hard as it was before. Getting the new blueprints and stuff for Oberon isn't like it used to be, where you had to hope for chances. Now you can get him out of the circuit, or I think he's been put in Railjack. Don't quote me on that. But tell me what weapons or frames you want to see, get it down below. Nako is building at this moment, as you see right here. He'll be done in about 2 days. His weapon is done, but the problem is I really don't enjoy this event. I think this event is really boring because it's just go around, pick up mushrooms, and then hope you get enough of what you need to then proceed to buy arcanes and stuff like that. So I don't find it that much fun, so I'm not doing it as often as I should be. But I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.